Sometimes history is hidden in plain sight, as with this rare piece of folk art from early 19th century North Carolina.
I know it's probably in German, and it's what I call a fractur.
Right.
They're birth certificates or marriage certificates or something.
18 years ago, this vibrant piece of folk art, which was purchased for under $40 at a North Carolina flea market, proved to be much more important than that. It's a fractur, a traditional document style used to record births and baptisms, featuring striking decorative elements and German lettering.
Most of us tend to think in the folk art world of fractures that were made by the Pennsylvania Dutch. This particular fractur was not made by the Pennsylvania Dutch. It was made where?
This particular piece was created in Rowan County, North Carolina, in 1811 for a woman named Philippa Gorin, and lists her parents and baptism witnesses. The vibrant decoration includes parrots, pinwheel motifs, arches, and flowering vines, rich in symbolism and craft. The artwork includes bold iconography, an American eagle and patriotic elements paired with ornate German calligraphy. Pinwheel designs, blossoming vines, and adorable parrots give this early 19th century paper amazing detail. Its overall beauty and exclusivity increase its worth despite the presence of condition flaws such as separation and fold lines. At auction, this North Carolina fractur could conservatively bring between
Conservatively, an $8,000 to $10,000 estimate.
Whoa! Wow, that is great.
For 16 years, I was one of the test directors on the NASA Zero-G airplane, lovingly called the Vomit Comet.
Collected over a career with NASA and NACA, these autographed flight jackets, capsule components, and photos showcase direct links to mission hardware and astronauts.
This particular one was given to me when I retired in 1977. It has 16 different astronaut signatures on there, plus some of my co-workers.
Among the items is his original flight jacket, which is pristine and bears the autographs of several astronauts, including Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. Along with signature patches, he also kept an Apollo module series number sticker that had been removed after the trip.
I don't have his autograph on there, but Al was the first American in space. We practiced everything, and that's Shepard deploying an American flag that he later deployed on the moon.
Each picture reflects the time's preoccupation with travel and technical advancement while capturing a moment of hope and ambition. His photos show him with Al Shepard planting the American flag, and with Marsha Ivins during Zero-G Vomit Comet flights. The collection's authenticity is supported by the owner's family connection to NASA and the consistency of the signatures.
In person, or in the case of that one, I took it to the astronaut office and left it there and they signed it.
Together, these photographs form a powerful tribute to the pioneers of spacecraft and the legacy of the American space program. At auction, this group of NASA autographed photos would be valued at
between $35,000 and $45,000 at auction.
Yeah, you got to be kidding.
These are 4 Chinese ceramic panels representing the 4 seasons. My wife's parents bought these from an antique art dealer in Pasadena, California, probably in the early 1960s.
These hand-painted porcelain plaques, created around 1930, depict traditional Chinese scenes with scholars, landscapes, and poetic inscriptions. The artist's signature, Wang Yiting, is a well-known porcelain painter from the Republic era who worked in the early 20th century, is visible through the decorative marks. The delicate brushstroke and harmonious color scheme demonstrate the expert craftsmanship that characterizes Wang's understated Republic style.
And it's a very subtle, a very understated scene in each of these panels. Very serene, very peaceful, very beautiful.
Despite being bought for $400 and previously appraised at $3,200 in 1990, the current Chinese decorative market has surged in demand. That value reflects both their artistic quality and the rise of Chinese collectors fueling strong auction interest. These may have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars if they had been made during the Kangxi period, 1660s to 1700s, but their actual Republic date determines their value. Despite their age, the plaques remain in excellent condition, with no visible cracks or restoration, an important factor in their valuation. With their artistic merit, historical context, and pristine preservation, these plaques are more than decorative. They're cultural time capsules. At auction, this set of Chinese porcelain plaques would be valued at
I think a reasonable estimate range would be $15,000 to $25,000.
Okay, that's very nice.
It belonged to my mother, who got it from her sister, and we don't know where her sister got it.
These paintings depict the mature portrait and landscape style of Norwegian-Swedish painter Hans Olaf Heyerdahl, who was born in 1857 and had training in Munich and Paris.
If we look here, we see that it is signed Heyerdahl, 1908.
Heyerdahl's sensitivity to character and his academic expertise are evident in the sitter's gently sculpted features and direct gaze. The sitter's direct gaze and softly modeled features reflect Heyerdahl's academic training and his sensitivity to character. The brushwork is confident yet restrained, with a muted palette that draws attention to the subject's expression and presence. Though less known internationally, Heyerdahl's work is prized in Norway, where he is considered a master of portraiture. With its quiet elegance and historical resonance, this portrait stands as a testament to Heyerdahl's enduring artistry.
And I really love this painting because of the palette and the beautiful way that he treated the figure of this beautiful girl. It looks to be in incredibly beautiful condition. It doesn't look like it's had any restoration. For a painting that's over 100 years old, to be in such nice condition is lovely.
A similar piece sold in Sweden in 2010 for nearly $62,000, placing this example in a distinguished market category. Considering its quality, condition, and provenance, the insurance estimate is worth
I would suggest an insurance figure of about $75,000.
Oh my goodness.
Are you surprised?
Yes.
This oil painting, created by Haden Sundblom in the mid-20th century, captures the iconic image of Santa Claus that helped define the modern holiday season. Originally presented by the Coca-Cola Company in the mid-1980s, this festive painting was acquired in a charity auction in 1991. With rosy cheeks, twinkling eyes, and a warm smile, Sundblom's Santa became the face of Coca-Cola's holiday advertising for decades.
Who painted all of the Coca-Cola Santa Claus paintings from around 1931 through 1965.
Rendered in oil on canvas, the work showcases Sundblom's masterful brushwork and his ability to blend commercial appeal with painterly technique. The painting's composition, color palette, and branding elements suggest it was part of a larger advertising campaign, possibly a prototype or promotional piece.
It's interesting because we think of Santa Claus, of Old St. Nick, and we think of essentially the guy we've got here. Sundblom took what was earlier image of Santa Claus, one done by Thomas Nast, who was a great illustrator for Harper's Weekly.
With its cultural resonance and pristine condition, this painting is more than festive. It's a cornerstone of American advertising history. This particular Santa is a die-cut version. Its canvas is cut around the figure and affixed to a green backing board. One arm even underwent repainting for advertising versatility. This oil-on-canvas example was originally used in Coca-Cola promotions and later modified. Most notably, the arm was repainted for reuse. Despite the modifications, the painting remains a rare original by Sundblom, highly prized by Coca-Cola collectors. The guest purchased it for $3,100 in 1991. Today, a similar Sundblom Santa fetched over $50,000 at auction. Even with minor restoration, this piece is appraised at
$30,000 to $50,000.
Very good.
This striking piece is an aerial vase, created around 1945 by the renowned Swedish glassworks Orrefors, known for its innovation in art glass.
What'd you pay for this?
I paid $100 for it.
What's the first thing you noticed about this?
Well, the interesting graphics is that there's chameleons on the side, and the colors were very attractive as well.
The piece is dated between 1939 and 1950 because it has the production mark 143E. The aerial technique, developed in the 1930s, involves layering clear and colored glass with trapped air bubbles to create intricate floating patterns. This example features a deep cobalt hue and abstract geometric motifs executed with precision and a sense of movement.
I was very excited about it. It was unusual to see this foot. The other examples that I've seen, which are not, I've only seen in books, by the way. Sometimes they have higher collars and necks, but this one was always formed like this. This is the original shape. Nothing's been done to it.
The vase's form, clarity, and condition suggest it was made by one of Orrefors' master designers, possibly Edvin Öström or Vikke Lindstrand. The vase weighs almost 15 pounds, but its delicate artistry makes it one of the most sought-after pieces of aerial art. With its sculptural presence and technical brilliance, this vase exemplifies the golden age of Scandinavian glassmaking. It has been estimated to be worth,
I think in a retail shop, that this could sell for $35,000 to $45,000.
$45,000?
Yes.
The owner's family initially rejected this striking abstract canvas as the vomit painting, but it turns out to be an original work by American artist Larry Poons.
I know he was born in the 30s in Tokyo, and he works in New York, and that's all I really know about him.
That's correct.
These vibrant mixed media pieces, created between 1984 and 1987, reflect Larry Poons' shift from optical abstraction to gestural textured compositions. The smaller work, from 1984, came with a personal inscription from Poons himself, inviting the guest father to select a larger piece from his gallery. These vibrant abstract compositions reflect Poons' mid-career shift from optical precision to expressive chaos, a dramatic evolution in style and scale. By the mid-1960s, Poons was a rising star in the New York art scene, his early dot paintings catching the attention of curator Henry Geldzahler, who selected him for a landmark MoMA exhibition. The 1987 piece, titled Josh Shaw, blends sponge, cardboard, and paper, held together with thick layers of acrylic in what the gallery label aptly described as acrylic and accretions. This label ties the work to Andre Emmerich Gallery, a major New York institution that represented Poons and other post-war abstract artists. The smaller 1984 painting bears a personal message. Thanks, and thanks again, George. Come pick out the larger painting. While modest in scale for Poons, both works reflect the artist's energetic brushwork and innovative surfaces. Once overlooked in the market, Poons' work has seen a resurgence, now sought after by collectors for its vibrant physicality and art historical importance. The painting, which the family has jokingly dubbed the Vomit Painting, has a fresh perspective now that it has an estimated current auction price of,
I would suggest an estimate of $12,000 to $18,000. And for the smaller one, which I like very much, a little more manageable, I'd say $3,000 to $5,000.
Wow. Well, Dad, you're right. Sorry we made fun of it all these years.
This oil painting was a gift passed down from a New Mexico trader to the guest's father, as part of a barter deal and a matter of personal taste. It was painted by Woody Crumbo, a Native American artist whose work often portrayed tribal subjects with spiritual intensity and vibrant color. The composition features a stylized dancer in motion, rendered with bold lines, rich earth tones, and a sense of rhythmic energy. The painting's condition is excellent, with vibrant color and minimal surface wear, key factors in its valuation. With its cultural significance, artistic merit, and strong provenance, this painting stands as a powerful expression of Crumbo's legacy. Most of Crumbo's oils reside in the Gilcrease Museum, very few remain in private collections. Crumbo's mastery is evident in his vivid forms and fluid lines, blending technical finesse with deep cultural symbolism.
The majority of Woody's oil paintings are in the Gilcrease Museum. There are not very many in private hands.
Today, the painting is worth between,
I would say conservatively, $20,000 to $25,000. So
Dad
you've
will
ended
be
up
very
with
pleased.
Well, he should.
Well, we're not really sure what to call it, but it's colored sand in a jar. And it was presented to my great-grandfather around the end of the Civil War.
It may look like simple sand in a jar, but this vibrant bottle holds a masterwork of 19th century American folk art. This intricately layered sand art bottle was created around 1880 by Andrew Clemens, a deaf artist from Iowa who developed a remarkable technique using only naturally colored sands. Despite his physical limitations, Clemens produced hundreds of bottles, each one a testament to patience, precision, and artistic vision. This bottle is more than just ornamental. It is a feat of inventiveness due to its historical significance, technical skill, and immaculate preservation. Inscribed on the jar is the name of the artist, A. Clemens, a deaf mute from McGregor, Iowa, who began this work in childhood.
But on the back, you see this wonderful eagle with a 36-star flag. You spin it around, you see his name is written in script. There's a mortar and pestle. All of this is done with individual grains of sand.
His bottles often featured patriotic symbols, intricate lettering, and elaborate flourishes without using glue or paint. Clemens created these works using homemade tools, like a fish hook and a stick, carefully pressing sand into ornate sealed glass bottles. Today, his work is celebrated in the Iowa State Museum and auctioned as some of the most collectible folk art in the country. Back in 2002, the appraised value was between $4,000 and $6,000, but in 2016, that estimate soared dramatically too.
On today's market, I would guess that it's between $4,000 and $6,000 is what we'd estimate. It might bring more than that in the right auction. Great piece.
That's great.
Well, I know that they're painted by James Hope, and they've been in my husband's family for years. My husband's great-grandfather, I believe, bought these paintings from James Hope.
A Scottish-born artist who made a lasting impression on American art is shown in two landscape paintings from the 19th century that have been passed down through the generations. Though less widely known than his contemporaries, Hope's paintings are prized for their technical skill and evocative atmosphere. He gained prominence first as a portrait painter in New York, before dedicating himself to atmospheric American landscapes. The first canvas shows Rainbow Falls in Watkins Glen, New York, painted in 1872, the year Hope relocated and began painting the local terrain. Together, these works offer a window into post-Civil War American art, a time of reflection, exploration, and national identity. The Watkins Glen piece, titled Rainbow Falls, was painted on location and showcases Hope's mastery of light and atmosphere.
This here, this is known as Rainbow Falls in Watkins Glen. Here's the little rainbow, and he points that out. Then you have all these atmospheric qualities here, the light coming through back here, all these beautiful observations that you only would have if you were there to see this.
By contrast, the second painting, depicting Yosemite, was rendered from sketches by Albert Bierstadt, not from direct experience. While both are historically significant, the Watkins Glen scene is considered the more important work due to its authenticity and artistry. The Yosemite canvas is valued between
because it's not the observed reality, it's probably worth about $10,000 to $15,000.
While the Watkins Glen piece commands
probably be worth about $20,000 to $30,000. So.
Well, that has always been my favorite. I love that one. It's
a great painting, as I said.
These early paintings by Agnes Martin, which were given to the guest by a friend of the artist, are distinct from the minimalist grids that helped establish her reputation. Created in the early 1950s during her formative years in Taos, New Mexico, these rare biomorphic compositions reflect a playful experimentation with abstraction. Blending watercolor, pen and ink, and gouache, they show hints of surrealism and cubism as Martin explored her artistic voice. Signed and well-documented, the works capture a moment just before Martin transitions into the minimalist movement that would define her legacy. With their historical content, aesthetic merit, and connection to a major figure in post-war American art, these pieces hold both scholarly and market value. Because of their uniqueness, they are difficult to appraise. While some contend that rarity adds value, others think they are less appealing than her famous grids. Because these pieces are so early and uncharacteristic, the conservative auction estimate is
between $20,000 and $30,000 each as an auction estimate, but I would definitely want to boost that up to perhaps $40,000 each for an insurance value.
I think it's a bodhisattva. It's a figure of the Buddha, and this is a repose position. It has gilt, but it's worn off. There's a missing arm. I thought it was so beautiful, I didn't mind the damage.
The owner shares that the bronze figure was purchased by her father in the 1950s while stationed in Japan, and it had always been a source of fascination in their home. Despite signs of age, the artistry stands out. Delicate ribbon drapery, ornate jewelry, and a serene expression full of quiet dignity. The Bodhisattva of Enlightenment, Wen Shu, is shown here sitting in the royal ease stance, which is characteristic of early Buddhist sculpture. Despite minor wear and a missing attribute from one hand, the sculpture remains remarkably intact, with elegant proportions and spiritual presence. Though the base is missing, it likely included a lotus plinth, elevating the figure both physically and symbolically. The execution is so refined that experts believe it may have originated from an imperial workshop, despite a lack of inscription. With its historical significance, artistic merit, and excellent condition, this bodhisattva stands as a sacred and cultural treasure. Its spiritual charm and historical significance are unaffected, even in the absence of its original gilding or entire limbs. At auction, this early 15th century Chinese gilt bronze bodhisattva would be valued at
$100,000 to $125,000.
Really? Are you really serious? Oh my goodness. I can't believe it.
It's a wonderful object.
Well,